Hello everyone, this is Dork4 Kelso. I'm here for another Comic Book Wednesday, and I'm really excited to share with you what I have this week. And we'll go through a few. There's definitely some new ones which I'm excited to show you. And unfortunately, I have not gotten to read anything. I got so busy last week, I never even got to read the comics that I showed you, so I'm a little upset about that. I am taking time out of my week this week, and I'm going to read comics. I'm going to read last week's and this week's, and I'm really excited to do that. So let's get started. I have first Invisible Republic from Image. I don't know if I've talked about Invisible Republic before, so I wanted to mention it. It's on number 11. But this is a political drama, and especially with the current climate of politics in the United States at the moment, I tend to shy away from political dramas because they usually just kind of bore me, unless they're really funny or out there. So this one, however, is just enough of the out there futuristic type that it keeps me interested. There's sabotage and murder and secrets and really good flashbacks of the past, and it's bringing it all together. So it is a really good story. We are on number 11, so it's probably in trade paper as well. So if you're interested in those political dramas, do check out Invisible Republic. Next we have The Wicked and Divine. Now I think we're on the mid-20s, if not late 20s, of the Wicked and Divine series. This is Gillen, and this is actually a new story. It's not a new story arc. The other one is still going. This is actually 1831 AD is what it's called. And what we've done is we're going back in time to the year 1831, and we're going to look at what is happening with the gods that come in onto our planet, and they live like normal people and whatever. We're going to look at them in the past, and then I think that's going to be able to tie back into what's happening into the present, which the other book, the other series has been doing for quite a long while. So if you like Wicked and Divine, you need to check this out. If you haven't done Wicked and Divine, I wouldn't suggest starting here. I would definitely pick up the first series and not start at 1831 AD, because I don't feel you'll be able to get the story from there. Next we have 7 to Eternity from Image. We have, once again, Rick Remender, and I'm sorry if I say it wrong, Jerome Opeña. I hope that's right. Rick Remender is one of the best best writers. We in this household love Rick Remender. He does Low, which I've spoken, volumes about, and then also Tokyo Ghost, which I think I spoke about a few weeks ago because it ended. And Tokyo Ghost is by far one of my all-time favorite comic books. And so Rick Remender is on that, and then Jerome Opeña, they team up a lot. So I'm really excited to start this. This is number 1, came out today. And what it is, and what I've heard it described as, is like Dungeons and Dragons coming to life. And I believe it's this world that they have created. Okay, and I don't even know if I can find the name of the world. Okay, but the guy is named Adam Ositis. Ositis. I'm gonna go with Ositis. I like that. And let's check out the art. Wow, that's really beautiful. I haven't looked. Obviously, it's number 1. I have no idea what I'm into here. But what I understand is that there is an evil god in the world. He is taking over everything, and he is causing fear and hatred to spread to every living being on the planet, or in this world. Okay, we're gonna call it a world. I don't know the name. And there's a group of people, of course, there's gonna be these good guys, and they're gonna come around and they're gonna be fighting this evil, and they can either just fall into this trap and go with the fear and hatred that everybody else is going with, or they can fight it off and try to get rid of this evil god. So that's 7 to Eternity from Image, out today. And we're really excited about that because it's one of our favorite authors, Rick Remender. So Dork4 is definitely Rick Remender lovers. Next we have Rumble, which is also later on in the issues. This is number 14. And I don't think I've mentioned it before, so I wanted to mention it. Honestly, it's 14 books in and I still don't know what to think. Okay? Really without... I don't know how to give it away. The art will even confuse you, but... Rumble is a ancient scarecrow warrior. Legitimately, he's a scarecrow warrior, an ancient one. And he comes to the modern world, and he starts kicking a bunch of ass, and he's fighting a bunch of people. That's pretty much the best basis of the story. The art is fantastic, but it is definitely an odd story. So if you're interested in something like that, lots of battles and fighting and blood and guts and things like that, you'll enjoy Rumble. Next we have Ringside, and Ringside is great if you like wrestling at all, any sort of, you know, professional wrestling, then you will love Ringside. What this does is this takes you into the life of a wrestler, and what's really interesting is that it goes into what happens when you get too old to be like a good professional wrestler and they don't want you in the prime time anymore, and what happens to your life. And then it also gives the story of when you're a brand new professional wrestler and you're coming into the scene and you're trying to make it as a professional wrestler. And so this has been really fun. This is on issue 7 and I've enjoyed every moment of Ringside. So if you haven't heard of that, I do suggest it. It's a fun one. Also from Image. Next we have Destiny, which is something I believe I have mentioned. Manifest Destiny, probably in my top 5 ongoing comic books at the moment. Alright, this is a story of Lewis and Clark. And Lewis and Clark didn't just take Sacagawea with them and map out the western United States. They find Sacagawea and they go on an expedition and they find a bunch of supernatural things. Centaurs, Sasquatches, and talking birds, and really fun stuff. The crew is in a really bad position right now. They took a pretty large group of people with them, and they've been dying, so on and so forth, in many different interesting ways. And right now we're kind of at a breaking point, and we're at part 5 of 6 of the Sasquatch story, and we're really getting into some old god, old world, ancient magic, supernatural type of stuff, and it's really getting interesting. And we are 23 books in, and they just keep rolling with the punches, and you just can't put it down. And it's been really great. It's definitely picked back up, and it's giving you a whole new side to the things that they've discovered in the West. Okay, so if you're interested in any sort of alternative history, okay, that's Manifest Destiny for you. I also have Hot Damn, which this is from IDW. And although I have not read this because I realized it was a short shot, this is Ferrier and Ramon. I do believe this is the last book, if I'm not mistaken. And what it is the second coming is happening. And God and Lucifer are about to have an all-out war. And of course, Earth and human beings are going to pay the price of that, as is in every story you hear about the battles between heaven and hell. So that's coming to a close, and it's just, the art is a little out there. If you would get offended at any sort of sayings or images against religion, you probably would not enjoy this comic book. I mean, on the front cover you can see an angel or God, I believe, down there flipping somebody off. So I would definitely call this, for a mature audience, it is called Hot Damn. And I have heard that it's really good, and since I think it's over, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. I'll let you all know how it was. And last but not least, we have number 58 of Chew. This means we only have 2 more to go until Chew is over. And I will be honest with you, I was setting up my stuff and looking through the comic books and see what I got this week, and I pulled Chew out and I read it because I couldn't help myself. And it was just sitting there, and I had to read it, and it was just tempting me, so I opened it, and I was like, oh, I'll just look at the first page, and then I read the whole thing. So I already know what happens, and it's really great. We're just getting to the end of the story here. Art is fantastic. Thank you, Rob Guillory. You know Dork4 loves you, and we're excited to see what you keep working on. We appreciate this story and everything that you've brought us, and we're really excited for the next couple of issues. Thanks for the setup in this one, and really, Chew has just been so wonderful, and it's honestly just like really sad to see it ending. I mean, this is like if Walking Dead all of a sudden ended. I think we're like 160 issues in, and Crossed is coming to an end. It's just all these things, and so I'm really going to savor this, and I was going to try to keep it till later, but I just had to read it. I saw it, and I had to. So that's what we have this week. As far as those comics go, we have a few others. They will be in the links below, and you can see those there. And so also, forgot to mention, we got this nice big hefty book. Check this thing out. I love my comic book guy. He gets me all the stuff I want. And this is from Hell. This is from Alan Moore, and Alan Moore is one of one of the great creators behind Crossed. And so I saw this little jewel in the comic book preview a few months ago, and I've been waiting for it. It's a nice thick volume here. We got some beautiful black and white art. I'll just open up for you. I think it's like 16 chapters or something, and I have no idea what it is or what it's about. But I'm really excited to find some time to get through this because Alan Moore is always a very interesting person to read from, and the things, the comic books that he's in. So we'll get into that sooner than later, but we did get that, and I always love getting the big books so we can add to the, big comic book shelf. But if you have absolutely any questions for me or want suggestions for comic books or need help finding these comic books, please don't hesitate to ask. Please comment below. If you have any suggestions for me, I'm always open to read new things. I think you're getting my style and what I like to read. I'm a little all over the place, but I do enjoy kind of the more gritty, mature audience style comic books. So if you do have anything I haven't mentioned that you think I'd like, please let me know. And I will see you again next Wednesday. Peace out, dorks.